Welcome to Salento with Love. I'm Davide Mengoli, and it's a jewel embedded into the centro storico of Galatina. Now, when I say embedded, it's because I'm embedded in nature. Now, if any one of you has ever dreamt of having a house with an outside space and a garden with historical features, with elements that go beyond the historical features, like for example, a fresco from the 15th century, a fireplace the size that you could actually sit a whole family and all those other elements, well, this is the one for you. So make sure you stay to the end and I will guide you through this wonderful property here in the heart of Galatina. Let's go. Well, we started in the garden, but then the garden is not enough. So what about a courtyard? Now, this is not a private courtyard. It's a courtyard that belongs to maybe 6 to 7 properties, which they all get very little usage and people live inside, not outside. So already you have the opportunity of perhaps bringing a little table out here, but why would you do that with a garden, really? But really brings the light in, and it's a beautiful way of coming home and being in a courtyard. Perhaps you can leave your bicycle here and then go inside the house and really enjoy all those elements of history. So I won't bore you with the details. I'll let you go and navigate through the property, and I may just give you some basic details that make this property a very special property. Thank you for watching my videos, but if you haven't become a subscriber yet, press the subscribe button, leave a comment. We always appreciate your comments. Thank you. Oh, are you still there? That means that you are enjoying our videos. Thank you very much for following the channel. Did you know that every Friday we issue a video called Thank God It's Friday, and you can sit if you join our membership? Do that, and I'll see you every Friday. How was that for a navigation? Well, it's interesting when you come across these properties, because although we'd like to probably date them back to the 1500, 1600, probably a lot earlier than that. So the element in itself of these solid structures are incredible. Now, also when I look at these properties, it's been refurbished about 10 to 15 years ago, actually, when it was purchased by a quite well-known British artist working with glass, lead glass, and you probably have seen some of these features. In fact, you're going to be privileged and just go through the workshop of the artist. But the refurbishment has been done to a fantastic level. I like the fact that the stone is exposed to probably just over 1 meter from the ground. This is something that I also bring into a lot of my consultancy, because it allows the walls to breathe, and so you don't have moisture coming through or rising damp coming through. You've got to remember, these houses have been built probably more than 1,000 years ago. So you have to have an element of give. But here, everything looks so dry, everything looks so perfect. Now, also another element not a lot of light. It brings a huge amount of light from the courtyard, which is almost private because there's hardly anybody there. It's got a gate as well, so you can keep the gate closed and bring the light in. And then a beautiful amount of light coming from the garden, and then a few windows. So yes, it's not one of those properties that is flooded with light, but then it's got this extraordinary positive point. So if somebody's looking at a place where it can be cocooned and protected, and at the same time have all those history elements and all those features, and then the outside space, well, this is the one. Now let's go and check a mezzanine, a kitchen, and then finish it off in a beautiful garden. Well, I did say you have a huge fireplace, and this is original, and they've put in there a beautiful cooker, like a stove, that it's connected to a flute. The house is already equipped with radiators all the way through, so it's got gas, so central heating system, making it very dry and very warm. And can imagine with walls that thick and really so protected, the house gets warm very, very quickly. And as we navigate through, you could choose to be upstairs into that bedroom, or also into this wonderful room here. With a window as well. And then this room here has got access to a bathroom, but it also has access to another area. So come with me. And here we are in the workshop of the artist, in the creative space, in the environment where the magic gets created. But what we really like to see is the fact that it's got vaulted ceiling, star-shaped ceiling, and a space connected to a bathroom and access to the garden, meaning that this could be turned into a totally independent dependance, or it could just be part of the house, or you could just turn it into a bedroom here in the garden rather than having a bedroom over there, or you could do wherever you feel is best for you. But the big advantage of this space is that it's connected to the garden, and well, we still have the original spaces here. This was the troughs where probably they will bring the animals here, and everything has been left in an original state with this beautiful vaulted ceiling. Or a very, well, I think if you are a creative mind, a space like this just enhances your creativity, and that's, I think, exactly what's been happening here. And if you wanted to cook, and while cooking get some inspiration, well, I don't think it happens very often that you're in a kitchen with a 15th century fresco overlooking at you. I think it's San Francesco, I'm not sure, but it's like I'm speechless anyway. And what a wonderful space really in terms of a kitchen, with the exterior just attached to that. So it is a type of property that you just use everything on one floor. You just navigate the space, and in doing so, it just makes you dream about how beautiful Italy is. And here we are in this mezzanine floor. I could stand. I'm not the tallest person. People think, oh, I look taller in videos. No, I'm not the tallest person. 173, I think. But look, I still have a bit of clearance. So we have about 6 foot. So, and this is not a mezzanine that was created by putting timber and breaking the house into half. No, this is actually an original mezzanine. It's just the way houses were built back in them days. So downstairs we've got the star-shaped ceiling, and up here we have another star-shaped ceiling, and has a wardrobe there, a wardrobe room, and a beautiful space with a little window. And well, I think the space is shouting creativity everywhere, and so it will be your responsibility to turn it back into something extremely creative, as it has been for a period of time. And here we are. I think we've navigated this space, and so many beautiful elements have emerged from this. I've always said that if I was going to show a property on my real estate channel, it needs to be a property that represents an asset. And this one definitely does. It gives the opportunity to someone to immediately take advantage of the property. There is no refurbishment to take place, maybe a little bit of cleaning up and a little bit of painting and touching up. You may be able to do that with your DIY abilities, but there's a property that you can immediately take advantage and embed it into the centro storico. You come out of here, the most beautiful churches, bars and restaurants, but at the same time you are cocooned and protected in a little corner of the centro storico. And then, not to mention the garden. Having a garden totally independent. Oh, and I think we didn't say this, Ludovica, the garden has got a gate at the back that allows you to come into the property from another little road, and so you could just get to your gate and come to the property through the back rather than the front. Well, more pluses, more bonuses. But now you're thinking, Davide, how much is it? Now, if you got to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you. And the price that these properties on the market is 289,000 euros. To get a property exactly in the state that it's in at the moment, and maybe with some element of furniture and other pieces that will be left behind, and plants and trees, which I think already they represent an extraordinary bonus. Now, what else can I say? Nothing else. Did I say this is an asset? Yes, it is. Did I say that maybe if you're not using it for the full length of the time, potentially you can rent this property and generate some revenue, because it is a wonderful property that will lend itself as well to a short to long-term rental. So that's another possibility if you're looking for a property that could serve you in the short term or long term, and probably generating some revenue. That's enough from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Follow the channel, because we're going to be showing some amazing, incredible properties that represent assets here in the territory of Salento. The most important thing, after you've subscribed to the channel, just leave a comment. I love your comments. Wherever the sort and genre, just put a comment there. And until we get to the next video, do the most important thing, which is stay safe wherever you are. Most important thing at this particular